You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up for me. Let's get into it. All right. So I thought this show was not going to come to fruition. You know, a lot of times when I'm reading through Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, all these different, E-News, all these different entertainment websites, when I'm trying to figure out stuff to, that I want to make videos about and comment on. A few years ago, I got really excited because they announced that they were going to make a John Wick television show, a John Wick prequel. It's going to be set in the 70s, and it's going to feature a younger version of Ian McShane's Winston character. It's called The Continental. They announced this show like back in 2017 or so, that this show was coming. And I was like, okay. And then they put out another John Wick movie. And then they put out another John Wick movie. And then they announced that a fourth John Wick movie was coming. And so far, no Continental. Well, now we know that the Continental is back in production. Like I said, obviously a lot of things have happened in the world. It kind of shut a lot of Hollywood production down as far as television and movies. But they are back on it now. And we now know that Mel Gibson is joining the cast of the Continental prequel show that is going to air on the Starz network, which Starz is just, they doing the damn thing right now. They got season 6 of Outlander coming up. They've got all the 50 Cent shows. They got Power Book 2 Ghost, BMF, Power Book 4 Force. They've got so many great shows that are coming up on Starz right now. It's a lot of my friends surprisingly don't have Starz. They are just really putting out amazing content right now. I think they've got, it's not overly priced. If you can't afford HBO or Showtime or one of them networks, you can get Starz for like $4.99. I've seen they've run specials where you can get it for like $4.99, $6.99. Just different. First 90 days free. They got all these different specials. They're wanting people to come in and try their content. They got a lot of great shows on Starz, but I am looking forward because as far as I can tell, this is the first time that Mel Gibson has actually done a series regular role on American television. He done some like in the late 70s, early 80s when he was a young actor. He had done some little TV miniseries and stuff when he was still in Australia, but he hadn't really done a series regular role in American television. I mean, because he's Mel Gibson. I mean, he's been doing movies and stuff. The only thing, matter of fact, I pulled his IMDb up, and the only thing I saw that he showed up, there was a television show that aired on ABC called Complete Savages, and Keith Carradine was the star of that. And Mel Gibson was the executive producer on that show. So he's, of course, trying to make sure his show is successful. So he appeared on 3 episodes of Complete Savages. Just 3 episodes as a police officer. So that was it. He showed up on 3 episodes of a show that he was already the executive producer on. Kind of reminded me of Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock was executive producer on the George Lopez show, and she had a character that appeared in like 3 episodes of that. She would just pop up every day like, "Hey, I'm Sandra Bullock," and she would just. I think her character was called Amy, but I saw, like I said, she's executive producer on that. Or you could be like another actor, Kelsey Grammer. I'm a big fan of. Kelsey Grammer's produced a bunch of, he surprisingly produced a lot of like black shows. Like he was executive producer on Girlfriends, which, they used to air on UPN. And I remember he showed up on Girlfriends. Everybody was like, Kelsey Grammer's on Girlfriends? But they didn't know that he was actually executive producer on his production company was running that. So like I said, I understand if you running things, if you a boss, you're going to try to make sure your show is successful and just kind of pop up in there. But like I said, Mel Gibson has pretty much just done movies up to this point. I think his character is going to be the mentor to the younger version of Winston before Winston, of course, takes over the helm of the Continental. So I am very much looking for, because I'm John Wick. I turned people on to John Wick. There were friends of mine that hadn't seen John Wick, and I turned them on to it. And then obviously once they saw the first one, matter of fact, there's a buddy of mine, and we used to be roommates, and I told him, and he was like, I don't know, man. He's like, I used to be a big Keanu Reeves fan, and I was like, dude, you gotta watch John Wick. You gotta watch John Wick. And now, when John Wick drops, he's like, hey, have you seen the new John Wick? And I think that's funny because he had not seen it before I told him about it. You know, he had seen the commercials and stuff, but he avoided that movie because he thought it was just going to be awful. And he watched it. He was like, man, you were right, man. John Wick is incredible. So, yeah, Keanu Reeves is going to be executive producer on this Continental television show. So that's something I'm, like I said, it's a prequel, though. So most likely, unless they do one of those kind of things where they do like a flash forward or whatever, he's not going to be in it. So unless maybe he'll play like a relative or, put on like a mustache or something like that. But it's good to see that Keanu Reeves is going to be an executive producer on this thing. I mean, obviously John Wick, a lot of people thought his career was over, and then he did the John Wick thing. And now Keanu Reeves is like one of the biggest box office stars again. And he's like 54, 55 years old, which like I said, Keanu Reeves, I'm a big fan of his. I've been watching him for 35 years now. So, yeah, Keanu, like I said, Continental, Mel Gibson is joining the cast. He's going to be a series regular on that, although I think they're only shooting 8 episodes this first season. So who knows? Like I said, it's a prequel. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I enjoy Mel Gibson's movies. Hopefully maybe he'll get to direct an episode of the Continental too. I mean, why not let an Academy Award winning director direct an episode? That wouldn't be the worst idea on the planet. But I'm looking forward to seeing Mel Gibson in the Continental. Let me know what you guys think. Get in the comments. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/Ikari Press, or just type in Ikari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.